The question was brought up previously about the constitutional oath and obeying the Constitution, and I would not diminish that at all, but I would argue that it's a little more complicated than some would make it out. Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution, Clause 1, actually says that no state shall pass an ex post facto law. So recently, the president was convicted in New York of a law that was passed after 20 years after the alleged crime. And that law was passed specifically at the behest of going after one individual, which is also a bill of attainder and also potentially unconstitutional as well. But not everybody up here agrees with what I'm saying, that it's an ex post facto law. Some people loved it and thought it was a great use of a prosecutor who ran to try to convict the president to go after him. So there are debates over what the Constitution says. With regard to Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1, it also says that states may not accept anything but gold and silver coin as tender in payment of debt. That's not adhered to by every state in the union. And yet, we're not going to somehow say, are you going to obey the gold and silver, clause of Section 1, Clause 10? The loan program. This was a case which is even much more clear-cut on the Constitution, where the court is actively telling President Biden that what he's doing is illegal, and he's actively doing the opposite of it. Now, I would be fair. During the quarantine, the Trump administration began by saying you no longer have to pay your rent or your debt based on a quarantine resolution from 1938 from the CDC, which did not apply. The Biden administration continued it also. But I think when we talk about obeying the oath of the Constitution, we want sincerity. We want someone who truly believes that they will read and understand and obey the law. Will you obey the Constitution, and will you obey the law as written and interpreted?
Yes, Senator.